I've been writing about the African bush for years, and people often ask me, what's the best way to experience it? Well, here's an idea. Listen. You hear that? That's the sound of forever. There's really nothing like the soundtrack of the African bush. So, to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Victoria Falls Safari Lodge, let's go on safari, a sound safari. We start right here at Safari Lodge and their vulture feeding restaurant. Every day from around noon, white-backed, lappet-faced and hooded vultures start to fly in, and it becomes a bit of a food fight, and it's really, really crazy to watch. But there's a very serious side to it too. You see, all of Zimbabwe's vultures are on the endangered species list, and they're absolutely vital to maintaining a healthy ecosystem. And in doing so, they rid the environment of very harmful bacteria. Safari Lodge's new spa is open to everyone in Vic Falls, and this is my favourite feature. It's their reflexology pool. As you walk through it, you get to listen to the sounds of the African bush, and your feet live their best life. It's nothing new combining reflexology and hydrotherapy. In fact, the ancient Egyptians were doing it 5,000 years ago. They knew really well the health benefits of massaging the feet to heal the body, and they were doing it on the banks of the Nile.
Of rivers, here's one, the mighty Zambezi. It rises in Zambia and flows into the Indian Ocean for it's probably about 2,600 kilometers long. The river looks and feels really powerful at the moment, and it's flowing at 800 cubic meters per second. But imagine what it must have been like during the Great Flood of 1956. When the river volume was flowing at 22,500 cubic meters per second. More water. This is what hundreds of thousands of people come to see every year. The smoke that thunders, the place where the Zambezi drops dramatically into the narrow Batoka Gorge. Mist swirls and rises and drenches everyone and everything in this rainforest. It's a refreshing place to be in the middle of the day, but it's also really noisy.
Spending time on the Zambezi doesn't have to be white-knuckle, of course. There's no better way to end a day than by taking a cruise on the river at sunset. Gin and tonic in one hand, you'll have the Zambezi National Park on one side, Zambia on the other, and hippos and crocs in the river. Did you know there are 3 twilights every single day, and it will take between 60 and 100 minutes for darkness to fall? You can Google it if you don't believe me, or you can just have another gin and tonic. Cheers. It's easy to think that Zimbabwean sculpture is just curio art, but it has a celebrated history going all the way back to the 11th century Great Zimbabwe. Many sculptors use myth, magic and symbolism to create their pieces. And elephants, for example, represent patience and are powerful symbols of good fortune. And having one around means all is well with the world. And all is definitely well in the world. Seeing elephants up close in the Zambezi National Park is a real privilege, especially when things get loud. Their trumpeting is about 117 decibels, and for context, a djembe drum is about 105.
much fun.
Safari Lodge's famous Boma show is a wonderful way to close out our sound safari. And I can't think of a better way to celebrate music, dance, food and culture. And it's very easy to see why 1.6 million people have passed through these doors since they opened in 1992.